Unstoppable kick-ass confidence. Are you ready?
Welcome to the Raw and Unscripted show with Christopher Rausch, where we help you overcome your self-created crap without the self-help fluffy bullshit. Now please welcome our host, Christopher Rausch. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Raw and Unscripted with yours truly, Christopher Rausch, the place where I help you overcome your self-created crap without the self-help fluffy bullshit. And today's episode is going to be a special one because truly it is going to be raw and unscripted. Now, if you guys have been following me since the first show, you know that I started this podcast not at my best, meaning that I wasn't mentally and physically at the top of my game as far as success, accomplishments, mindset, physical well-being, mental well-being, and everything else. But the point of doing that and the point of bringing this raw and unscripted podcast to you and all the upcoming things that I'm doing is rather than try to sit in front of a camera or sit behind a microphone and tell you guys how awesome life is and how much I've got it together and how much you should be following me and listening to my words of advice and how great I have it, I decided to open the back door, if you will, and let you guys in on how a motivational speaker, an inspirational speaker, a life coach, somebody who's been doing this for a long time, how they manage life, the situations that come into play each and every day in all of our lives. That's what I want to do. And that's the reason why I really, truly picked raw and unscripted, because I had all sorts of different names for a show and a mindset. But really, at the end of the day, I love being able to take what's in my mind and what's in my heart and share it with people so that perhaps they see things a different way. You guys have heard me talk about perspective. You guys have heard me talk about expectations. You guys have heard me talk a lot about mindset and belief. I have learned that where focus goes, energy flows. So if you guys have ever heard the term belief inspires reality, that is so true. And that's probably the topic of today's show, because again, this is not scripted. I didn't write down any notes. Normally I write down like an idea for the show. I write down a couple of tips that I have, maybe a story to kind of remind me, but it is still raw and unscripted. But today, truly, I just came back from a walk, walking my dog, and really trying to decide what type of show I wanted to put in front of you today, because I wanted it to be different, because I know that we're all struggling. I know that we all have challenges every single day. And many times I do hear, when I'm giving somebody advice, they'll say, "Oh, Chris, well, it must be nice to be you. You're always so positive. You're always so energetic. You always have everything going on. You're so successful, blah, blah, blah." And it's usually to my point that I tell them back that no, I necessarily don't. I have hard days and tough days. And, here's the difference of what I do. And that's what the point of the show is to take you on that trip, to take you on that journey through the good and the bad, through the strong, through the confident, through the unconfident, whatever you want to call it, because we're in this together. This is a movement. I really want to share these episodes and share what's in my heart and my soul with you guys, because at the end of the day, when we heal each other and we find out that we're more alike than we are different, that's where communities grow. That's where strength grows. And that's where happiness grows, success grows. We start helping one another instead of tearing each other down. We stop assuming that everybody has it together. We stop comparing ourselves by the Instagram post and the Facebook post of who's happiest and who's not. And wow, I really wish I had what they had and all those different things. But at the end of the day, I know a lot of people in the motivational business. I know a lot of life coaches. I know a lot of psychologists and sociologists and things of that nature. And one would think that those people, us experts, if you will, if I put myself in that category, have it all figured out, and that we're the ones that are okay, and you guys are all the ones that are suffering. But the truth is, and I know this from personal experiences, we're all fucked up. We all have bad days, and today was one of those bad days. And actually, quite honestly, I've had a tough time lately in general with a couple of different things. One of them is being disappointment, frustration. Yeah, just a lot of negativity. And really, like I said before, when you think about where your focus goes, I've shared with you guys before, I could easily go down a rabbit hole. I can easily get a hold of a negative thought and find validation and justification for why that thought, why that belief is actually true. And when we look for things to be true, we can find them. It's just like a matter of going on the internet and typing, is Donald Trump a good president or is Donald Trump a bad president? You're going to find lots of evidence for people who think either way. And at the end of the day, we're not going to change anybody's opinion. So when you start looking for that validation, if something is bad, you're going to find it. That's why we call belief inspires reality. And so, and I've had a lot of situations that I could easily rattle off and explain my point and actually validate my point of why I'm frustrated, why I'm disappointed, why I feel I've been let down, betrayed, all those different things. And to be honest with you, I did go down that rabbit hole and I started finding justification for that. That's why I had to go on the walk, because here's what I do. And here's what I prescribe to people. And I just want you to go, no, it's really true, is that when we get in those moments and those times where we feel let down or we're disappointed in ourselves or anything that's negative, we start going down that rabbit hole like, oh, maybe I'm not enough, or maybe I'm this, or da 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 da. See, that just goes to show so-and-so is right. If we go down that rabbit hole, we will suffer and we will create a life for ourselves of immobilization. We'll create a life of ourselves that's not about belief and confidence. And this whole show is about unstoppable kick-ass confidence. So I had to go take a walk and I had to focus on gratitude, because as much as I've been disappointed and let down and frustrated by people lately, there are some magnificent people in my life right now who are just absolutely lighting me up and giving me the belief and the faith in myself that sometimes I don't have. Now, if people have faith and belief in you and they tell you that you're able to do stuff and you sit there and go, nah, you got it all wrong, you don't know me, blah, blah, I've been through this and I've been through that. And if you hang on to that life and that belief, guess what? You're going to get more of it. But when you find people like myself and people that I'm sure are in your life that believe in you and want you to push and go stronger and try harder and stay committed, sometimes we have to hang on to the belief of other people to get us through, right? I have an amazing coach right now. I have a couple of amazing coaches actually who are helping me and motivating me, all because they see something in me. They see the potential that I should be a household name. They see the potential for the fact that my congruency, my authenticity, and my brand of being a motivational speaker or an inspirational speaker, whatever the fuck you want to call it, at the end of the day, they believe that I have a message to tell and they want a bunch of people to hear it. So in times like this, where I start getting down on myself and I start getting frustrated and, just want to quit, quite honestly, I have to hang on to the belief and the trust of those people. And the people that watch this show and listen to this show, whether you're watching it on YouTube or if you're listening to it, I know I have some people out there that were counting on me to bring them weekly content that's designed to get them to think differently, get them inspired, get them motivated, get them past whatever bullshit excuses they have going on in their life. Because here's the truth, ladies and gentlemen, life is hard. Life is not easy. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. No matter how much money you have, there are still rich people who are miserable. And there are poor people that are happy. Just go look at third world countries and you see people, they're happy. You're like, how can you be happy? You don't even have running water. But it's all a mindset. It's all up in here. If we're comparing ourselves to what we think we should have based on our past experiences or based on the fact that we tried a little bit, we should get some results. The fact of the matter is that life is hard. And that's why the successful and the rich are 1%. Because it takes tenacity, it takes confidence, it takes that willingness and that desire to bust your ass every single fucking day, whether you feel like it or not. Now, this podcast, for example, I could have easily told Shane, my producer, and said, you know what, I'm not feeling it. I don't want to go on the air. I don't want to do a podcast where I might come across as negative or depressing or whatever else. But that's not why I'm here. That's not why I started this show. I said, we're going to go zits and all, I'm going to let you see what's going on. And when I'm having bad days, I'm struggling with pain right now. I had back surgery in January. I'm still suffering with pain down my right side. My leg goes numb. I'm supposed to go see an orthopedic specialist. I'm supposed to get another fucking MRI on my back. My body's falling apart. There's a lot of things to bitch, piss, and moan about. And I could easily sit there and chalk it up and say, well, maybe I'll just do this later or blah, 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 put it off because I don't want to deal with the frustration. I don't want to deal with the negativity, right? Because it is hard. I mean, I got up at 3:00 this morning. I've been going ever since. It's right now 9:35 on Monday. The show will drop to you guys tomorrow night. So that's where, my life is busy. I have been busting my ass. I bust my ass every day. I try really hard to make a difference in people's lives. I try really hard to show up and be the stronger person and be the person for everybody so that they get inspiration and they get motivation and they don't sit complacently in their life, hoping, wishing, and praying that something else will happen. It takes tenacity. It takes courage. It takes guts to get up and push yourself through things you don't feel like doing. It takes tenacity and guts and balls and testicular fortitude, whatever the fuck you want to call it, to keep pushing when you want to give up. How do you think people become successful? They kick, scream, push, bleed, sweat, tears, whatever it is, they do not give up. If you want something in your life, you have to want it like you want air. You can't sit there and say, oh, well, maybe someday I'll feel like getting up early and going and working out. Maybe someday I'll feel like working out 5 days a week. Maybe someday I'll feel like eating good food. Well, guess what? Pain is the greatest piece of leverage in the world. So most people are going to sit there and say they want these things, but they don't have the fucking guts, the balls, or the commitment to get up and do the things that they don't want to do. And guess what? They're going to be old, and this may be you. One day you may open your eyes and go, fuck, I wasted my life. I should have been busting my ass. I should have been getting up when I didn't want to. I should not have been watching television and investing more of my time doing shit that didn't matter. I should have been learning about the things that kept me down. I should have been learning about the things that I needed to get stronger in. I should have been trying harder. We were talking this weekend. I was helping somebody out, doing an immersion event here at my house with somebody. And we were talking about pain being leverage. We were talking about the fact that sometimes we just don't feel like doing things. But in the grand scheme of things, are you going to wake up one day and be pissed that you didn't? That you didn't try harder? When you think about leverage, here's when you think about trying your best. Because I hear this, oh, I did the best I could, or I'm doing my best. You know, I don't try to say that mockingly because sometimes we do our best. But let me tell you, what is your best? Think about it. Who do you love most in the world? Could you imagine if they got kidnapped and somebody said, okay, I need you to raise $500 by the end of the week? You would find a way to find $500. If you needed to find $5,000, $10,000, but yet so many people will sit there and say, oh, I don't have money to do that. I don't know what to do. I can't figure it out. I'm so lost. There's the internet, there's Google, there's YouTube, there's libraries, there's podcasts. Every answer that you have a problem to is out there. All you have to do is type, but more importantly, what you have to do is commit to doing the actions, right? We're on episode number 13 tonight. How many shows have you watched? Have you watched all 12? Have you done all the pieces of advice that I've given? Maybe you're one of the people that says, oh my God, man, I really need to hear this. And oh my God, keep those coming. But have you done the work? Have you written your eulogy? How many people have watched episode, what the hell was it? Episode 4, the eulogy exercise. How many guys have done the eulogy? I haven't done it yet. I don't have time. I don't want to think about it. But yet you want the results, right? Life is tough. Life takes balls. Life takes tenacity. And if you focus on how hard it is and you focus on how much you don't feel like doing something, guess what? You're going to continue to get those results. Now, yes, I'm having a bad day. I'm having a frustrating day. There are lots of things going on in my mind. There's lots of things I want to say, but I'm being very particular with what I say because this is a record. This is going on record. This is going to go out to the public, and who knows, someday I could be very famous, and I don't want this to come across negatively in its entirety, right? Yes, we have bad days. We get frustrated, right? But here's the thing. And if you guys have followed me for enough time, you know that I believe in this, that when we have bad days, we get a one-day pity party. One day we get to jump up and down, eat ice cream, drink, yell at the world, be pissed off at our parents and blame everybody and do all these things. But guess what? When my alarm clock goes off at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning, the first thing I have to do is make a choice. Is today going to be a great day or is today going to be a fuck day? Now, if you wake up in the morning and go, oh shit, fuck, I got to go to work. Ah, fuck, I got to do this. Oh shit. Probably going to be traffic. Probably going to be this. Guess what? Like I said, belief inspires reality. Most mornings I get up and yes, the first thought is like, and then I immediately go to gratitude. Thank you, God, for allowing me to wake up. Thank you that all my family is healthy. Thank you for the fact that I have a job. Thank you for the fact that I have all these things. All right, let's go do it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do tomorrow morning. I'm going to go to bed tonight. I'm going to say my gratitude stuff, everything that I do every night. I'm going to get up in the morning and I'm going to hit my feet on the floor and I'm going to be like, okay, yesterday sucked. Maybe a few days have sucked. But guess what? One of my core beliefs, one of my core teachings is that you either accept it or you change it. After that one-day pity party, you don't get to sit and bitch, piss, and moan. You don't get to complain. You don't get to call up your friends and go, oh my God, this sucks and that sucks. You do that during your pity party. The next day you wake up and you get resourceful. You get passionate. You get committed. You do your best. You try fucking harder. You don't live in the opinions of people that were there in your life 20 years ago who told you couldn't do anything. You guys know my story. If you don't, go back and listen to it. I think it's episode 3. I could have so many reasons and so many explanations for why I'm depressed and why I'm this and why I'm an alcoholic or whatever it is, that whatever label you want to put on it, but I'm not those things. I have periods of those things, but realistically, I'm a fighter. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm sitting here in my studio. My voice is rough. I'm tired, but this is a commitment. This is a passion. I made a promise that I would not let you down. I made a promise to myself I would not let myself down. I made a promise I would not quit. It's easy to quit. It's easy for me to say, you know what, Shane, I don't feel like doing the podcast right now. I knew I wasn't feeling so good. Maybe next year. No, because by next year, God knows what's going to happen. I'm going to keep doing this and I'm going to keep doing this. And I'm going to keep helping myself because I do these things for me. I listen to these and I watch these. And I look into my own eyes and I sit there and I see the passion. I see the intensity. I see the honesty. And I know that I need to hear this too. That's why I know you need to hear it. It's just a question of what are you going to do with it? Are you going to say, wow, that was really inspirational and fuck, that was cool? But are you going to go look in the mirror the next time you're about to do something that you don't or shouldn't do and ask yourself the question I've told you guys 7,000 times? Is this getting me closer to or further from my stated goals? Is this getting me closer to or further from my stated goals? Is believing X getting me closer to or further from my stated goals? Like I said, I've got a couple of people in my life right now who are amazing, who are supporting me in so many ways and have so much belief in me. I don't want to let them down, but more importantly, I don't want to let me down. I don't want to let my son down. I don't want to let my wife down. I want to let my friends down. The friends who actually are there for me. Right? You know who you are. You're probably not even watching this, which is okay. Because if I focus on that again, I can get frustrated. But I'm out to make new friends, new connections, and build Christopher 7.0. Now I ask you, what are you going to do? If you're frustrated with something, have you talked about it? Have you gone and sought help? Have you decided that you've had enough? Ask yourself that question. If you're living in misery, ask yourself, when will I have had enough? When will I have had enough of X, the coworker at work who is an asshole, who I've never told is an asshole? When am I going to stop putting up with whatever else? When are you going to have enough pain in your life? What's going to happen? Are you going to address it today and get your ass together and get busy and start making some tough decisions and sacrifices and getting resourceful and busting your ass and going to bed at the end of the day going, holy shit, I got a lot accomplished. I'm proud of myself. Tomorrow's another day. Let's do it. Let's keep going. What else do I have to learn? What book do I have to read? What podcast do I have to listen to? What person do I have to talk to? It's all there for us. It's just a matter of when we've had enough, and it's a matter of what we focus on. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, ask yourself, is today going to be a fucking rad day or is today going to be a shitty day? And I encourage you, just start with gratitude. Spend 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever you could spare. I don't have time, Chris. That's fucking bullshit. It's that you're ignoring it and you're making yourself quote unquote busy with all this other shit when you really don't need to be. All right. Again, I'm talking to myself, but if this resonates with you, then please do me a favor. Stop doing what you're doing and start doing something different. Start taking to heart what it is that I'm sharing. There are amazing people out there giving free content. Ed Milet, go check out Ed Milet's podcast. Andy Frisella, go check out his podcast. Aubrey Marcus, go check out his podcast. And I can go on. There's some amazing people out there. Go read books. I guarantee you, if you read the books I've read, you will improve your success exponentially. That's all you have to do is read the book and do what it fucking says. But how many of you are going to message me? How many of you are going to email me and say, Chris, give me 5 books that'll change my life? How many of you will do that? 1, 2? I know there's a few of you out there that are hungry for this and that appreciate this. And I really hope this resonates with you. Yes, would I love to impact thousands of people with this podcast? I would love to. That's my dream and that's my goal and that's what I'm doing. One person at a time. One person at a time. And it starts with you. And it starts with me. And it starts with us having enough of what it is that we're putting up with. Having enough with the shit we're tolerating. With the shit we're settling for. Hoping, wishing, and praying it's all going to get better. It's not. Until you do your best. Until you focus. Continually focus on what's right and what's possible. Right? If something's not working for you, stop saying I can't and I won't. Start saying perhaps. Perhaps if I start listening to some podcasts, perhaps if I start watching some videos on YouTube every single day, perhaps if I commit to doing something for longer than a week, I might get results. How long did it take you to get in the mess that you're in? Guess what? It's probably going to take that long to get out of it. And I know that sounds long and daunting, but guess what? If you're lucky and you're fortunate and you're blessed, you're going to live a long life. And either way, you're going to get to the end of the road. And wouldn't you want to look back on it and say, holy shit, fuck, I did it. I busted my ass. Or do you want to look back and go, wow, that went by quick. Oh shit, what's next? Right? So please take this to heart. Please understand that this comes from my heart to yours. This is truly raw and unscripted. Focus on what's positive. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself when you don't believe in yourself because other people believe in you. I do. I'm here for you. You can email me questions. You could be here on the Facebook Live every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I'm right there with you. You could ask me any questions. The resources are there, right? So yes, we have bad days. We have bad weeks. We have bad lives in some respects. But today is the day. Tonight is the moment. Tomorrow is the day when we shift that all around and we carry that momentum and we change our perspective. We change what we focus on. So go do your eulogy. Have a big picture. Have a big why. Tell yourself what you're not willing to accept and tolerate anymore and stop doing it, no matter what it takes for you to do. No matter what it takes. Blood, sweat, and tears, baby. Go live in your fucking car. If you want something bad enough, you're going to go out and get it. And it truly takes a lot of effort. It doesn't take, oh, well, maybe this and maybe that. Even I haven't been doing my best lately. I went out for this walk and I was like, Jesus, Chris, look at yourself. You haven't done this. You haven't done that. You're taking your time on this. When realistically, I should be here. No matter if I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I should be fucking working until 11 o'clock. If I want something that bad, I'm not going to say, oh, I'll do that this weekend. I'll do that on my day off. No, we have to work hard for things. Things are not easy. Goals are not easy. Making a lot of money is not easy. Making an impact in the world is not easy. Getting a great body is not easy. But it's realistic. You just have to commit to it. You have to keep going. You have to stay consistent. You have to keep growing 1% every single day. Just commit to that. Over a period of time, that builds momentum and builds unstoppable confidence. I'm a living example. I mean, yes, I'm having a bad day, but I could easily recite all the fucking shit that I've accomplished in my life and I'm accomplishing right now. But right now I'm having a bad day. My pity party. I'm the president of it. All right. So I'm going to leave you with that. I love you guys. I truly do. Christopher at ChristopherRausch.com. If you're not in the database, you're not getting my newsletter, ChristopherRausch.com. Go in there and sign up. It's all right there. We got a lot of amazing stuff coming up. I swear to God. Yes, today might be a little bit of a different type of episode, but trust me, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not quitting. I have some amazing coaches. I have some amazing stuff coming up that is truly exciting. Getting back into speaking, group coaching, one-on-one coaching, going to be doing camping retreats, one-on-one immersions. This is all part of the journey, part of the process. Books, online courses. I'm not stopping. I'm not giving up, baby. This is what it is. It's life, right? So let's go. I love you guys. Peace out. Take care.